A bend is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. Helen Keller. My friends, just stick with it. Don't ever let yourself miss the turn. Pay attention to the signs. What are the signs? They're what you see every day, what you learn every day, what you practice every day. When we look at these charts, we see everything down for the day. The biggest downer is, of course, Bitcoin, but the S&P is just behind it, down 1.09%. What do we see there in number 2 position for down for the day? Well, we see things sliding sideways. You can see how the average true range has been in about the same range for many, many days. We are still positive on the STC. It's been up there a while. Is there going to be a breakout? If there is, which way, up or down? Well, we're below the 200 EMA. It could pop up and move above it, but at the same time, we've been up in the green a while. Doesn't mean it has to come out of the green. I'm just waiting, watching, seeing. Of course, since we're below the 200 EMA, I'm hoping it's going to be a down move. That's what I want to gather and jump into. We had, of course, a successful down trade recently, down 5.06%. Had another one we wanted to jump into, and it just didn't work for us. That's okay. We pulled that with minimum loss, if any, and we're just waiting for the next potential opportunity. What do you do to short the S&P? Of course, you can do SH, which is the inverse of the S&P 500. It's a single inverse. It's managed by ProShares. And again, that's something you can look at. If it breaks to the upside, then of course you jump in and you can see it's around 15 bucks a share. So if you're going to do any fractional trading, hell, you can buy one share for $15. If you lose 2% of that, it's a few pennies. It's the best way to practice once you start understanding what it is you're doing. Fractional trading, I like to keep it around $100. That way you've got a nice clean level and you know your percentages quite easily, but it's totally up to you when you're ready for it. Now, let's go back to the S&P and talk about where we are on the other charts. We're green on the STC for the half day. We are green on the 2-day. But look at what you're seeing. It's been here for a while. What is this? 1, 2, 3. I mean, going on 9, 10 days right now, punching up to the 200 EMA and not quite doing it. It's going to either blow through it or it's going to bounce off of it and head down. We'll continue to wait, watch, and see. And then what do we see on the weekly? Still negative. And we can see so far this week, we're not hitting the high of last week, and we have a smaller candle. So we're continuing to pay attention to what's going on, primed for a rotation over going down because we're under the 200 EMA, and we're looking to short if that happens. That's where we are on the S&P. What about the NASDAQ 100? Well, same kind of thing. Tech stock's been sliding sideways, same kind of range on the ATR, and you guys know what happens. It blows out one way or the other, up or down, don't know, down for the day, 0.72%. We see the ATR is green on both the half day and the 2-day, and again, not hitting the high that we saw earlier, and the candles are getting smaller. We're still well below the 200 EMA on the 2-day chart. And of course, what do we see on the weekly? Like the S&P came down and then moved back off the 200 EMA heading up and then just sort of slowing down over this week. So again, we'll wait, we'll watch, we'll see what happens. I'm going to be ready to pull the trigger on some short positions if indeed this rotates over going down. You should consider the same for a practice trade, maybe even a practice put, maybe an inverse fund, those kinds of things. Think about it, plan for it. Be ready to jump if it presents itself. It's not done that yet. What do we see on 20-year bonds? As we look at 20-year bonds, they are down for the day 0.89%. And of course, they're well below the 200 EMA. We had that rotation over going down on bonds, went down for a while, popped up for a day, and then started trying to move back down. Haven't hit those other lows yet. So again, we'll see how things continue to move along in bonds. Look at the 2-day. It's still in the green. Haven't hit the lows of the prior 2-day candle yet. And we look, or the lows that we had back a week or two ago. And same here, actually 1, 2, 3 weeks ago, we can see where we hit those lows on the weekly, and it's still red. So we got 10 points there on our success multiplier formula. We got 0 points there and 0 points there. Well, I'm sorry, 1 point there. So we're a negative 11 right now. Only the 2-day is in the green on the STC. So we'll continue to watch and see how bonds move. Now, let's move on from bonds to gold. What do we see going on with gold? Gold, again, has bumped up, or at least the ATR has bumped up twice against the 200 EMA on that half-day chart. Went down for 2 days and then sort of up a little bit, sort of died on the vine today at 0.09% down. That really happened, it looks like, in the afternoon after things tried to bump up higher in the morning. And gold is sitting below that 200 EMA, is green on the half day, red on the 2-day. And again, you can see where it's just plodding along above the 200 EMA. And we look at the weekly. And of course, again, sort of stuck in that area after bounding down, red there. So again, what are we waiting for with gold? Something to happen. One way or the other, let's get it on. This is the summertime trading zone. You expect stuff like this. And with the economy on a knife's edge, the entire world's economy, who knows? That's where we are on gold. Lastly, we'll go to Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Future ETF. What do we see going on there? Well, as we look at things on the weekly, don't usually start off there, but that's what popped up. We can just see where things bottomed out. We've talked about this a bunch since the 9th of May. It's where things bottomed out, and since then sort of sliding sideways. And if you do check out where Bitcoin is now, really just 2 dojis. What does that mean? Dojis mean indecision, lots of it. What about the 2-day? It's still negative. It's popped up a little bit and then sort of bled it off over the last 8 days. Still negative also on that 2-day chart. What are we seeing here? Not much of anything that is helpful on the half-day chart. Why? Because of this tight band that makes the STC pretty worthless. Not much going on. So everything is sort of just hanging out, waiting for some catalyst to make it explode up or down. And you know what? That's okay. We know that's what's happening. And we will wait for that catalyst to ignite the fuse up or down, and we will be ready to go. Patreon members, already sent to you. We had a great live question and answer call-in session today. I recorded it, already got it out, uploaded it at Patreon, and sent you an email with the link. Hope you enjoy it. Appreciate your participation and support. If you're not a Patreon supporter, why aren't you helping us out and supporting the guys who bring you this information for free every day? We'd sure appreciate it. $30 a month. What do you get for that? You get all sorts of stuff. You get a weekly charting crypto. You get a monthly live question and answer call-in session. You also get all the great trainings, including the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. We are here for you. We appreciate you. And just keep the spirit up, guys. Stay with it. You can do it. This is the toughest time of year. You make it through this, you can make it through anything. God bless, all the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.